William Whalen here for GetMoreSports.com, looking at the Pac-12 now, and we are ranking the guards in this conference, a conference that is so often known for the great guards that it produces. And this year, I don't think there's a whole lot of debate about who comes in at the #1 spot, at least for me. This is pretty clear that it's Tyrone Wallace at California. Obviously playing for Quinzo Martin, he took such a big step forward last year in his production. He's got so many weapons around him that it makes his style of play even more fun to watch, even more productive, because he's a guy that doesn't always need the ball in his hands to affect the game. He's a great rebounder, great slasher, great defender, but obviously he does really well with the ball in his hands, able to score off the bounce, able to create for others in the open court, in the half court, drive and kick, drive and dish to a big man, and he's going to have more pieces than ever next season as Cal welcomes in a top 2 or 3 recruiting class in the country. For me at least, the best one in the Pac-12. They obviously will have a ton of pieces around him to take some of the pressure off. Defenses surely will not be able to focus just on him. Not that they ever have, but again, it keeps the floor space for him. It keeps his options open, and he's so good at keeping his head up to find those options. My #2 spot goes to Gary Payton II. And obviously, Oregon State was a surprise team last year. Many people thought they would struggle to win more than 2 or 3 games in the conference slate, and yet they finished quite well actually in the top half. So a lot of people were very surprised to see what they were able to do. Not this writer, just because Wayne Tinkle is a heck of a coach, and when you bring in a guy like Payton, a guy that can affect the game in so many different ways, it really starts to make sense. He's the anchor of their defense. He's the anchor of their offense. He could score on his own, evolving as a perimeter threat, but he's so good off the bounce. Certainly more than adept at creating for others, but where he's at his best, obviously, is the defensive end. He's a triple threat, and obviously a triple-double threat as well. So that's my #1 and 2 spots on this list. Make sure to read the full article to see who comes in at 3, 4, and 5.